Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to be solving Lagos State Public Secondary School second term examination. They just concluded second term examination for Lagos State Secondary School. So we are going to be solving mathematics, both objective and theory for SS1 students. So pardon me for not telling you my name. My name is Mr. Adebanjo. And like I said, we are going to be solving the Lagos State Public Secondary School second term examination. This just concluded the second term examination. So we are going to be solving mathematics, objective and theory for SS1 students. So before we get this started, if you haven't yet to subscribe to this channel, please click on the subscribe button right now. And you can like this video, click on the notification button so that you'll be notified whenever we post video on this channel. So without wasting much of our time, we are going to be solving both objective and the theory in this same video. And if you really want to be following or visit other past questions of Lagos State Secondary School, you may check my playlist. There's a folder that contains all the past questions for for mathematics in that have been written in the SS by it has been written by SS2 and SS1 students in previous examination. So just check my playlist. There's a folder that contains all the past questions for Lagos State Public Secondary School. So let's jump to the first question in this video. Now, the first question for this second term examination we just concluded recently. The first question is on approximation. Approximation is the first question. We have to round off the product of this number and this to one significant figure. What is the meaning of products? That means you have to multiply 0.025 and 0.3. So when you multiply them, whatever you get, then approximate it to one significant figure. So when you multiply 0.025 times 0.3, that gives us 0.075. And to approximate to one significant figure, the first significant number there is 7. So look at the number after it, which is 5. Then you round it up to 1 and add it to this 7, and that gives us 0.08. But if this number here is not up to 5, you round it down to 0 and add it to 7, and that will give us 0.07. But in this case, this is 5, so round it up to 1 and add it to 7, that gives us 0.008 to one significant figure. So option C is the correct option there. Now that's question number 1. Question number 2 is on indices. Simplify 5 times 8 raised to power 2 over 3. You have to simplify 5 times 8 raised to power 2 over 3. So this question is from indices. So we can simplify 8 raised to power 2 over 3. So 8 raised to power 2 over 3 simply means the cube root of 8 squared. That's what it means. Cube root, this 1 over 3 means cube root of 8 squared. And what is cube root of 8? That is 2. 2 raised to power 2 will give us 4. 4 times 5 will give us 20. But if you don't understand what I've done there, you can just follow these steps here. You can convert this 8 to an index form. That will give us 2 raised to power 3. Then it will multiply this power as well. So 3 can cancel 3 here. 2, that means you'll be having 2 raised to power 2 left, which is 4. 4 times 5 gives us 20. So option C is the correct option for question number 2. Now, question number 3 now. Question number 3 is what you are seeing on the screen right now, and is basically on place value. It's on place value. What is the value of 8 in 7.6847? What is the value of this 8 in this number? Now, if you remember, 7 before this decimal number, this 7 is units. Then after this decimal number, this 6, the place value of 6 here is tenth, not 10, so it's tenth. Then 8 here is hundredth. This is thousandth. Then this is 10,000th. So the place value of 8 here is hundredths. Hundredths, not hundred, but hundredths. So that should be 8 over 100. That will give us hundredths. So, and that's what the option B is the correct option for question number 3. Hundredths, 8 over 100 is the option B. Question number 4 is the next option, the next question. Each face of a cuboid is a dash. A cuboid is a solid shape. So the question is from a measuration of solid shape, and a cuboid is one of the solid shape that we have. So each face of a cuboid, like let me give an example of a cuboid. We have no cube. It's a no Maggie. We have a carton. We have a table. We have fridge, rectangular fridge. We have different types of example for cuboid. Even your classroom, the nature of your classroom is a cuboid in nature. So if you remember all these things, what is the even your door, the door of your house, the nature of the is a cuboid. So you would agree with me that each face of a cuboid is rectangle. So option C is the correct option there for question number 4. Question number 5 is what you are seeing on the screen right now. Write 3.05 times 10 to the power minus 5 in ordinary form. So you are giving this number in standard form. They want you to write in ordinary form. So you have 3 times 0.5 times 10 raised to the power minus 5. This 10 raised to the power minus 5. Of course, you can do it straight away. That means you move the decimal point 5 times to the front. You are moving this decimal point because you're having 10 raised to the power minus 5 here. That means you move the decimal point 5 times to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what it means. Then wherever you stop, you put point there. You now write another 0 at the front. So, but if you don't understand that, you can change this 10 raised to the power minus 5. So that will give us 5 over 10,000. Sorry, 5 over 100,000 rather. 5 over 100,000. So if you do that, that should give us pardon me for that. This one should give us a 1 over 10,000 rather. This not 1 over 10,000. So if you do that, that should give us 0.00001. So this 10 raised to the minus 5 will give us 0.0001. Then if you multiply this by this now, that should give us 0.0000305. So like I said, you can move the decimal point 5 times to the front. Before the decimal point was here, let's move it 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5. You can see. Then the decimal point is now here, then you put another 0 here. So, and this is the correct answer. So option A is the correct option for question number 5. Let's see question number 6 now. Question number 6 says express 498453 correct to 3 significant figure. The question is still on approximation. So 3 significant figure. The third significant number here is 8. So look at the number after 8. Is it up to 5? If it's up to 5, round it up to 1 and add it to 8. But if it's not up to 5, we round it down to 0 and add it to 8. Every other thing becomes 0. So 4 is not up to 5, so round it down to 0 and add it to this 8. Then every other thing there becomes 0. So that means you'll be having 498000. So you have 498000. So option A is the correct option for question number 6. Question number 7 is on modular arithmetic. So we have to change this minus 9 to mode 5. So all you need to do is to expand this minus 9 so that you use some number that can multiply that can be multiplied together, and those number must be in mode 5. So those number minus 1 times 3 times 3 minus 1 times 3 times 3 will give us minus 9. So therefore this 3 here is a same thing as minus 9. So that means you have minus 9 mod 5 equals to 3 mod 5 as well. So option C is the correct option here. Question number 7. You have to simplify 0.0574 plus 6.3820 minus 0.7953. Of course, calculator can help you to simplify this one and it will give you the correct answer. But if you don't want to do that, all you need to do is to follow BODMAS. Addition comes first before subtraction. So you add this and this, that gives us 6.4394, then minus 0.7953, and that will give us 5.6441. So option B is the correct option for question number 8. Next one is question number 9. Question number 9 is on trigonometric ratio. We are given that sine theta is equal to 4 over 5. Find cos theta. So if sine theta is 4 over 5, then draw a right angle triangle. You draw a right angle triangle because trigonometric ratio is applicable to right angle triangle. Then theta here is the angle. Put in the angle. Then sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse. So 4 will be here, 5 will be here. Then you can now find this third side using Pythagoras theorem. So that will be 5 square is equal to 4 square plus this side. We name this side x. That will be x square. Then from there, 5 square is 25 equals to 4 square is 16 plus s square. Collect like times s square will be 25 minus 16. That will give us 9. Then find the square root of both sides. That will give us s to be 3. So that means this side is 3. Now you can now find cos theta now. What is cos? Cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent over hypotenuse. That will be 3 over 5. 3 over 5. So cos theta is 3 over 5. So option C is the correct option for question number 9. Question number 10 now is on indices as well. You have to evaluate 64 raised to power 2 over 3. That means you have to find the cube root of 64 squared. Cube root of 64 squared. That's what it means. So what is cube root of 64? That will be 4. Then 4 squared will be 16. That was the answer. But if you don't understand what I just said now, you can simplify in this way. So you can change this 64 to an index form. That will give us 4 raised to power 3. Then multiply by this power. 3 can cancel 3 here. So you'll be having 4 raised to power 2, and that gives us 16. So option A is the correct option for question number 10. Also, question number 11 is also on indices, indica equation. So if 3 raised to power 2x is equal to 27, what is value of x? So you can change this 27 also to an index form. So that will give us a 3 raised to power 3. So the two sides have the same base, which is 3. So the 3 can cancel 3. So we have 2 equals to 3. Then s will be equals to 3 over 2. So therefore, option B is the correct option here. 3 over 2. Option B is the correct option. If you convert this 3 over 2 to mixed number, that will give us 1 over 2. So option B is correct option for question number 11. Question number 12 now is on algebra. We have to simplify this algebra. B plus 2b minus 3b plus 4b. So this is quite simple as well. You can as well collect like times, or you can just do it straight away. So b plus 2b will give us 3b. Then minus 3b. 3 minus 3b will give us 0. 0 plus 4b will give us 4b. So option A is the correct option here for question number 12. Question number 13 is what you are seeing on the screen right now, and it's still on approximation. We have to express 0.00431 correct to two significant figures. So the second significant number here is 3. So that means you need to look at the number after 3. Is it up to 5? No. Then run it down to 0 and add it to this 3. So that will give us a 0.043 as the answer. 0.0043. So that means option C is the correct option for question number 13. Question number 14 now is what we are about to solve, and is that what you are seeing on the screen right now. Find the next number in the sequence 2, 5, 9, 14, 20. What is the next number for this sequence? So if you look at this sequence, there's a pattern to which the sequence is arranged. So 2, 5. So there's something they have added to these 2 to give us 5, and that should be 3. So if you add 2 to this 3, you add 3 to 2, you give us 5. So there's nothing they have added to this 5 to give us 9. They have added 4. So that means 4 plus 5 give us 9. So there's something they have added to this 9 as well to give us 14. That means they have added 5. So 5 plus 9 give us 14. There's something they have added to this one to give us this. That give us, they added 6. 6 plus 14 give us 20. So what would they add? What would they add to 20 to give us the next number? That should be 7. So 20 plus 7 will give us 27. So option D is the correct option for question number 14. Question number 15 now is what we're about to see now. And the question number 15, there's a slight error in the question. So how many numbers between 1 and 60 begins and end with 5? None of the option here is correct because the number that begins and end with 5 between 1 and 60 is 5 and 55, nothing more. That start and begin with 55 with 5 is the two numbers are 5 and 55, but based on the option we are having here, none of the option is correct. But this was supposed to be or, not and. This question is supposed to be or, not and. How many numbers between 1 and 60 begins or end with 5? Begins or end with 5. So if we work on that, then that may be, there's an option here. The number that begin or end with 5 are 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, because between 1 and 60. So if you count all of them together, that will give us 15 numbers. And option B is the correct option. But if you base it on what is given to us here, no option is correct here. Now, question number 16 now is on set. If set A is equals have the element 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If set A has element 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 rather, what is number of set A? So this n here means cardinality of set A. Cardinality of set A. That is how many elements has set A. How many elements can we see in set A? So we can see that the number of elements in set A is 5. So that means option C is the correct option. Now question number 17 is on expansion of brackets. So you have to expand the two brackets. So it's quite simple. Is to use this first bracket to multiply the second bracket and simplify further. So 2s times s will give us 2s squared. 2s times minus 3 will give us minus 6x. 5 minus 5 times s will give us minus 5x. Minus 5 times minus 3 will give us plus 15. Simplify further. You can add this together. Minus 6x minus 5x will give us minus 11x. So that means you have 2x squared minus 11x plus 15. So that gives us a quadratic expression. So option A is the correct option for question number 17. Question number 18 now is on variation. S varies inversely as y, and s is equal to 2 over 3 when y is 9. Find the value of y when s is 3. Like I said, this variation, s varies inversely as y. It can be written like this mathematically. S varies as inverse of y. So what do? You introduce a constant so that you change this expression to an equation. So by introducing a constant of proportionality, so s will be equal to k over y. So now you are giving the value of s to be 2 over 3 equals to k, your constant, over y is 9. From there, you can cross multiply. That will give us 3k equals to 18. Divide both sides by 3, that will give us k to be 6. So the constant k is 6. Now that we know the constant, you can find the value of x. Because now asks us to find the value of x when y, find the value of y when s is 3 rather. So our s is 3, we are looking for y. So s is equal to k over y. So s is 3, 3 equals to k is 6 over y. Cross multiply from there, we have 3y equals to 6. Divide both sides by 3, that gives us y to be equal to 2. So option D is the correct option for question number 18. Then question number 19 now is what we're about to solve next, and this is on quadratic expression. We have to factorize this quadratic expression. And how do we do that? It's quite simple as well. The question of s squared here will multiply this constant. So the question of s squared here is 1. It will multiply this constant, which is 20. So 1 times 20 will give us 20. Then we look for two numbers you can multiply together with their signs to give us plus 20. And when you add those two numbers together with their sign, it gives us minus 9. What are the two numbers? The two numbers are minus 5 and minus 4. Minus 5 and minus 4. Minus 5 times minus 4 equals, you give us plus 20. And minus 5 minus 4 will give us minus 9. Is that correct? Good. If that is correct, so you add your x to the back of the two numbers. That will give us minus 5x minus 4x. So that will replace this minus 9x here. So that means you'll be having s squared minus 5x minus 4x plus 20. Then factorize the two brackets. S is common to this. S into s minus 5 minus 4 is common to this, minus 4 into s plus minus 5 also. And make sure the two brackets are the same thing. So this minus this, that gives us s minus 4, then pick one of the bracket, s minus 5. So if you look at it option critically, option A is the correct option for question number 19. Question number 20 is the next question we are solving right now. And you have to evaluate 3.4 times 10 raised to the power 3 minus 6.2 times 10 raised to the power 2 plus 3 times 2, sorry, 3 times 10 rather. Then you leave your answer in standard form as well. Now, it's quite simple as well. There are many, multiple of way of doing this. You can convert each of them to a an ordinary number. Then whatever you get, you convert it back to standard form. Then I think that's what we did here. Convert this one to an ordinary number. So you move decimal point 3 times backward. So because of this, raised to the power 3, and that should give us a 3,400. Then convert this also to ordinary number. That should give us move this decimal point 2 times. That should give us 620. Excuse me. Then 3 times 10 will give us 30. So then if you add this together, if you simplify it, that should give us 2,810. Then convert this one to standard form. Move decimal point in between 2 and 8. 1, 2, 3. That should give us 2.81 times 10 raised to the power 3. So option B is the correct option for question number 20. So please don't forget we are solving Lagos State Public Secondary School past questions, and this is the second term examination they just concluded, and we are solving mathematics for SS1, both objective and theory. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please click on the subscribe button right now so that you'll be notified whenever we post video on this channel. Question number 21 now is what you're about to solve. You have to evaluate 2 raised to the power 5 times 2 raised to the power minus 2 divided by 2 raised to the power minus 3 times 2 raised to the power 6. You can simplify each of the bracket first. So if you simplify each of the bracket, you can apply law of indices to this bracket because they have the same base and you're having times here. So that means you pick one of the base, then add the power together. That will give us 2 raised to the power 5 plus open bracket minus 2 divided by, you can also apply law of indices here as well. So you have 2 raised to the power minus 3 plus 6. So if you simplify this part together, that further, minus times plus will give us minus. That means you have 5 minus 2 at the power divided by minus 3 plus 6 give us 3. Also, you can also apply law of indices to this as well. This 2 raised to the power 3 divided by 2 raised to the power 3. So division change to what? Minus. That gives us 2 raised to the power 3 minus 3. And that gives us 2 raised to the power 0. And anything raised to the power 0 in indices is 1. So option D is the correct option for question number 21. Question number 22 is on set as well. We have let U, set U be 1, 2, 3, 4, and set P be 2, 3 and Q 2, 4. What is P intersection Q complement? What is P intersection Q complement? So first of all, find the intersection between P and Q. So intersection between P and Q is 2. Then you have to find the complement of this intersection Q. That means those are the elements in the inverse set that is not in this P intersection Q. That is the P intersection Q complement. So that should be 1, 3, then 4. 1, 3, and 4 are in the inverse set, but they are not in this set. So, and that is the complement of this set. And the option A is the correct option for question number 22. Question number 23 is on equation. So if 5x minus 3 equals to 4x minus 7, what is the value of 6x? Simply, you can solve this equation. Equally like times. You have 5x minus 4x equals to minus 7 plus 3. So 5x minus 4x will give us x. Minus 7 plus 3 give us minus 4. So that means s is minus 4, but we also find 6x. That means we have 6 times minus 4, and that should give us minus 24. So that means option D is the correct option for question number 23. Question number 25. The population of a school is 1,236. Express the number in 3 significant figures. So the question is also on approximation. So We have to simplify this to three significant figure. The third significant number here is 3. Then that means the number after it is up to 5, which is because it's 6. So you round it up to 1 and add it to this 3. Then this one becomes 0. So that means you'll be having 1 2 3, so 1 2 4 0 as the correct option for question number 25. So option D is the correct option. Question number 26 now is on addition and subtraction of a fraction. So you have to simplify this fraction. Then how do we do that? It's quite simple. Convert each of these mixed number to improper fraction. So 6 whole number 1 over 3 can be converted to improper fraction. That will 6 times 3 plus 1. That should give us 19 over 3 minus, convert this also to improper fraction. That will be 4 times 2 plus 3. That should give us 11 over 4 plus 6 times 1. That is 6 plus 1. That will give us 7 over 6. Then you can take the LCM, and the LCM of these numerators is 12. Then 3 in 12 will give us 4. 4 times 19 will give us 76 minus 4 in 12 is 3. 3 times 11 is 33 plus 6 in 12 is 2 times 7, 14. So if you simplify the numerator, 76 minus 33 plus 14, that will give us 57 divided by 12. Then 3 can go in up and down. 3 here for 3 in 57 is 19. So 4 can go in 4 here for remainder 3 over 4. So that should give us 4 number 3 over 4. That means option A is the correct option for question number 26. Quickly, question number 27 is also on a sequence. You have to obtain the missing value in this sequence. So obtain the missing number in the following sequence: 2 3 5 8 dash 17 23 30. There's a pattern to which they have arranged this sequence as well. 2, next one is 3. That means they added 1 to 2 to give us 3. They added 2, they added 3, they added 2 to this 3 to give us 5. Then they added 3 to this 5 to give us 8. That means if you add 4 to this 8, that should give us 12. So that should give us the next number. Then if you add 5 to this next number, to 5 to 12, that gives us 17 here. So that means the next number here is 12, and option B is the correct option. Pardon me. Question number 28 is on subject formula. Y is equal to ms plus c. Make s the subject of the formula. You have to make s of the formula here. So what do you do? Now you can rearrange or collect like times. So take this c to the other side there. You'll be having mx equal to y minus c. Then divide both sides by m. That's your x is equal to y minus c over m. So then that means you have been able to make s sort of the formula. That means option B is the correct option for question number 28. Question number 29 is on binary operation, binary number rather, or it's on binary. The sum of this number, this and this is this. Find the value of m and n. So if you have these three numbers in base 2 together, it should give us this. Forget about what you have here. This is an error. So what do you have here? Let's add this together. So if you arrange it like this now, you have you arrange it like this, that will make your work easier. 1 plus 1 give us 2 plus 0, that is 2. But you cannot write the 2 down because you are in base 2. So what do? Divide that 2 by the base, which is 2. So 2 divided by 2 give us 1, remainder 0. So you write the 0 down, keep the 1. So that 1 you are keeping, add it to this. 1 plus 1 plus 1, that's give us 3. So we cannot write 3 down as well. So divide it by 2, which is the base. So 3 divided by 2 give us 1, remainder 1. So write that remainder down, you keep the 1. So you come here again. 1 plus 0 give us 0, sorry 1, plus 1 here give us 2, plus 0, that is 2. So you cannot write 2 also down. 2 into give us 1, remainder 0. So write it 0, you keep the 1. Then that 1 you add it to this and this, that give us 3. Then 2 in 3, that give us 1, remainder 1. So you write 1 here, you keep the 1. Then add the 1 here, that give us 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, that give us 4. We cannot write 4 down. What do? 2 in 4 will give us 2, remainder 0. So we write 0 down. So you are keeping 2 now. And you can also write 2 down. What do? 2 in 2 also give us 1, remain that 0. So you write the 0, then you write the 1. So that means the answer you are meant to get is 1 0 0 1 0 1 0. Then if you compare this number to the answer we have here, compare it, you discover that you'll be able to know your hem, you'll be able to know your hen. So this is 0. So that means our n will be 1. This is 0 here, this is 1. That means our m here will be 0. And this is 0, this is 1. So that means n is 1, m is 0. And that option C is the correct option for question number 29. Question number 30 is on indica equation as well. We have 9 raised to power 2x. Sorry, 9 raised to power 2 minus x equals to 3. Find x. So you can convert this 9 to an index form as well. That should give us 3 raised to power 2 into 2 minus s equals to 3 raised to power 1. The base can take care of the base. So that means you'll be having 2 times 2, which will give us 4. 2 times minus s will give us minus 2s equals to 1. Collect like times, that will be having minus 2s equals to 1 minus 4. That will give us minus 3. The minus will take care of the minus. S will be 3 over 2. That should give us 1 over 1 over 2. So option B is the correct option for question number 30. Question number 31 is also on the simplification of algebra. We have 8 x raised to power minus 5 times 5 raised to 5 y raised to power 4 divided by 10 s squared y raised to power minus 2. We have to simplify this. It's quite simple. Now we can rewrite it like this. The way it is written, you may not understand this, but if you write like this, it will ease your work. Then what can you do? The numerator, you can multiply the numerator. 8 times 5 give us 40. Then s raised to power minus 5 y raised to power 4 over 10s squared y raised to power minus 2. Then this can, of course, 10 can go in 40, that give us 4. Then I have s raised to power minus 5. Then here, this s squared, it means you have 1 over s squared, which I can write as s raised to power minus 2. Do you understand that? Also here, for this y raised to power minus 2, this one means 1 over y raised to power minus 2 because it's under this division sign. So if you write that, that means you'll be having y raised to power minus this is y raised to power 4 here, but for this one you'll be having y raised to power minus 2. So minus times minus will give us plus 2. Do you understand that now? So from there we can apply law of indices to this x here and to this y. So the base are equal, then you can add the power. So you'll be having s raised to power minus 5 minus 2, that gives us minus 7. Then you'll be having y raised to power 4 plus 2, that gives us 6. So that means you have 4 s raised to power minus 7 y raised to power 6, and option A is the correct option for question number 31. Quickly, question number 32 is on binary number. You have to take this number in base 2 to base 10. And how do we take number from a particular base to base 10? Is by expanding the number. How do we do that? Tag this number from the back here to the front. When you tag it 0 1 2 3 4, then you expand it. That will give us 1 times the base raised to power 4. Excuse me. 1 times the base raised to power 4. That is this. 1 times 2 raised to power 3 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 2 plus 0 times 2 raised to power 1 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 0. 2 raised to power 4 will give us 16 times 1. So you have 16 here. 2 raised to power 3 give us 8 times 1, 8. 2 raised to power 2 is 4 times 1 is 4. 2 raised to power 1 is 2 times 0 is 0. 2 raised to power 0 is 1 times 1 is 1. If you add this together, that gives us 29 base 10. So option B is the correct option for question number 32. Question number 33. You have to write 0.00579 in standard form. It's quite simple as well. All you need to do is to make this decimal point to come in between 5 and 7. So how do we do that? Move the decimal point 1, 2, then 3. So you'll be having 5.79 times 10 raised to power. How many times did you move it to the right and to the right hand side? That should be 3 times. So you'll be having 5.79 times 10 raised to power minus 3 because you move it to the right hand side. So it is negative. So minus that will be 10 raised to power minus 3. So option B is the correct option for question number 33. Question number 34. We have to simplify the square root of 0.089 divided by 900. It's quite simple and you leave your answer in standard form. So you have the square root of 0.0087 divided by 900. Okay, your calculator can do this for you. Divide this by d, that gives us 0.0031091. Then if you find the square root of it as well, sorry, divide this by this and you find the square root to give us this number here. Then convert this number to standard form. 1, 2, 3. You move it in the decimal point in between 3 and 1. So that should give us 3.1091 times 10 raised to the power minus 3. So which is approximately to this. So the answer is option B is the correct option for question number 34. Question number 35. We have to factorize this quadratic expression. So it's quite simple. I think we have done something like this there in this video. Your 1 here will multiply minus 9192. That should give us 1 minus 192. We look for two numbers you can multiply together to give us this minus 192. And when you add them, it should give us plus 4. And that should be 16 and plus 16 and minus 20 minus 12. Plus 16 and minus 12. If you multiply 16 by minus 12, that should give us minus 192. And what is 16 minus 12? That should give us 4. So these are the two numbers, 16 and minus 12. Then put your variable x behind them, and this number will replace plus 4 here, plus 4x here. So that means you'll be having x squared plus 16x minus 12x minus 192. Then you can factorize this. S is common. You have s into s plus 16 minus 12 is also common to this. Factorize minus 12 and you have s plus 16 inside the bracket, and make sure that the two brackets are equal. Then that means you have x minus 12 and pick one of the brackets, s plus 16. So if you look at the option you have here, option D is the correct option for question number 35. Question number 36 is some variation as well. You have g varied directly as the square of h. If g is 4, when h is 3, find h when g is equal to 100. So like I said, this is variation. G varies as a square of h. So that's what you're having here. Then introduce a constant k to make this an equation. So that means you have g equals to k a square. You are given that g is 4 and now h is 3. That means you have 3 square here. That gives us 9. So you can find the constant. K will be 4 divided by 9. Now that we know the value of the constant, we can find the value of h when g is 100. So we have to find the value of h here when g is 100. So g is 100 equals to 4 over 9, which is the value of our k constant here, multiplied by h squared, because we are looking for the value of our h. So we can cross multiply here. We have 900 equals to 4h squared. So we can divide both sides by 4. That will give us h squared equals to 900 over 4. Then you can now take square root of both sides. What's square root of 900? That should be 30. Square root of 4 is 2. So you have 30 over 2. And that should give us 15. So option A is the correct option for question number 36. Question number 37. You have to simplify this. So we are having a mixed number squared minus this proper fractions squared. So we can convert this one to improper fraction. That should give us 3 times 1 plus 2. That will 5 over 3 squared minus 2 over 3 squared. 5 over 3 squared is 25 over 9 minus 4 over 9. Find the LCM. That should be 9. That means you have 25 minus 4 over 9. 25 minus 4 is 21 over 9. 3 can go in this, 3 can go in this. That'll be 7 over 3. So you can change this one to mixed number. That'll give you number 1 over 3. So option A is the correct option, not option B. Pardon me for that. Option A is the correct option for question number 37. Alright, question number 38 is also on variation. If s varies inversely as y, if s varies inversely as y varies directly as z, what is the relation between x and z? It's quite uh, interesting. S varies inversely as y. S varies inversely as y. Then your y varies directly as z. Y varies directly as z. So that means there should be a relationship between x and z. And how do we get a relationship? That's what you are looking for. That's what you have to find. Then what do you do? What you need to do is to wherever this one stop, this one should begin as well. So what do? I can inverse this y. So when I inverse y, I'll have 1 over y. Then whatever I do to this will affect this as well. So that will give us a 1 over z as well. So you can see that wherever this one stop, this one also speak. This second one begin as well. So that means if s varies inversely as y and inverse of y varies inverse as z as well. So that means the relation between this one and this one will be x varies inversely as z. Do you understand that? S varies inversely as y, and this one also begin with inverse as y. So that means this one varies inversely as z. So option B is the correct option for question number 38. Question number 39 is on solid formula as well. Make S of the formula in the relation P is equal to S plus SM squared divided by NR. So if you don't understand the way they wrote it, I've written it properly. This is what you have in P is equal to S plus SM squared over NR. There are ways in which you can do this. You may not follow my own step, but what did I do here? Find the LCM, which is NR. So 1 in NR will give us NR times S will give us SNR. NR in NR will give us 1 times this will give us SM squared. So from there now you can cross multiply. This one will multiply P. That means you have P NR equals to this. Then here we can factorize S out because we are looking for X. If you factorize S out here, you have S into NR plus M squared. Then you can now divide both sides by this bracket. So that means you can get X. S will be because of PNR over NR plus M squared. So option D is the correct option for question number 40. Also, question number 41 is on Venn diagram. So in a class of 80 students, that means universal side is 80. Every student study economics or geography or both. If 65 students study economics and 50 students study geography, how many students study both subjects? So this can be done in two ways. I can draw the Venn diagram for this, but that should be time wasting. But there's a way you can do it using the formula. So this formula you have on this board here, on this screen right now, is only possible when you have a Venn diagram, a set involving in this kind of set, and there is no element that is idle in the set. In this case now we are told that all these 80 students either do economics, geography, or they do both of them. So they can see that nobody is idle as far as all the students is concerned. So that's when this formula will work. But if there are some students here that are not doing anything, that means you cannot use this formula. That means you have to use your Venn diagram to solve this question. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So since there is no student that is idle, that means this formula will work. Number of elements in the uh, economics union government, which is talking about the universal set, because all of them are doing either economics or geography. So number of elements in economic union geography equals to number of elements in economics plus number of elements in geography minus number of interaction between them. So the number of union of both of them is 80, that is the universal set, is equals to number of elements in economics. How many students are offering economics? 65. How many students offer geography? 50 minus number of elements offering both, and that's what we are looking for. How many students offer both subjects? So now you can take like times 65 plus 50 will give us 115. Then take it to this side, you have 80 minus 115 equals to minus this. Then this minus this will give us minus 35. The minus will take care of minus. So number of elements, number of students that offer both economic and government will be 35. So option C is the correct option here. You can, if you don't understand this, you may draw your Venn diagram and solve it using Venn diagram method. Question number 42. Find the number whose logarithm is 1.5663. It's quite simple as well. That means there is a log of a number, and they found log of a number and it give us this. So if we are looking for the number back, what do? You find the anti-log of this number, then it give us the number back. Does that make any sense to us? They found the logarithm of this number and this is the answer. So how do you get the number back? Find the anti-log. That'll give us this now. So technically this one means 10 raised to power 1 point. The meaning of logarithm is logarithm of x base 10 means how many times can I raise 10 to get this x. So how many times can I raise this 10 with this to get this x? So that means x equals to 10 raised to power 1.5663, which is talking about antilog. So you have to find the antilog of 1.5663, and that should give us 36.838, which if you approximate will give us 36.84. So and option C is the correct option for question number 42. So question number 43, you have to make p sort of the formula in this relation y is equal to a plus p over a minus p. So you have y equals to a plus p over a minus p. If you cross multiply from there, you have y into a minus p equals to a plus p. Open the bracket, y a minus yp equals to a plus p. You can take like times now. So that will give us ya, then a comes here, minus a equals to, take this one to this side, you have p plus yp. So you can factorize p out here because you are looking for p. Factorize p out here, you have p into 1 plus y. So that means your p will be equals to y minus a. Sorry, by if you divide both sides by 1 plus y, that would mean you have y a minus a over 1 plus y. So from there, you can factorize this a out here. Like if you factorize this a here, that means you have a into y minus 1 over 1 plus y. And option C is the correct option for question number 43. Question number 44, you have to express the square root of this to two decimal places. So find the square root of this number. That should give us 0.3795. Then you have to take the answer to two decimal places. So what would that give us? This is the second decimal this is number that is sitting on the second decimal place. So the number after it is 7. We round it up to 1 and add it to this 4 to this 3. That gives us 4. That gives us 0.04. So two decimal places. So option C is the correct option there. Question number 45. Correct 0.0456 to two decimal places. See the same thing that we just said now. This is the second decimal number there. So round this 5 here, you round it up to 1 and add it to the 4. That should give us 0.05 to two decimal places. Option A is the correct option there. Question number 46. Convert 11011 to base 5. So this cannot be done straight away. You convert this to base 10 before you now go to base 5. So if you convert this 11011 to base 2, sorry, to base 10, how do you do that? By expanding. You tag the number, then you expand it based on what you have done in one of the questions which you have solved before. And if you do that very well, you get 27 base 10. Then this 37 now now take to base 5. That will be long division. So you divide this 27 by 5. By doing this, 5 in 27 will give us a 5. Remainder 2. 5 in 5 give us 1. Remainder 0. 5 in 1 will give us 0. Remainder 1. So then you write your answer from down. That will be 102. So that means 110112 base 2 equals to 102 base 5. And option A is the correct option for question number 46. Question number 47, we have this question is repeated. There's a question we have solved today on one of the numbers, so and the answer is minus 24. I believe you remember this question. Question number 48, you have to express the product of this and this in standard form. So to multiply this by this, then your answer is change it to standard form. If you multiply them, you have 0.0054. Then to the standard form, you move decimal point here in between 5 and 4. 1, 2, 3. So that should give us 10 raised to the power minus 3. So that gives us 5.4 times 10 raised to the power minus 3. So option D is the correct option for question number 48. Question number 49 is on algebraic fraction. So we have 56 b raised to the power minus 2 divided by 14 b raised to the power minus 6. So 56, 14 can divide 56. So that should give us 4. Then you'll be having b minus raised to the power minus 2 divided by b raised to the power minus 6. So you can apply the law of indices to this as well. So that means they have the same base, then you can subtract the power. That means you have b raised to the power minus 2 minus open bracket minus 6. Minus times minus will give us plus. That means we have minus 2 plus 6. That gives us 4. So that means we have 4b raised to the power 4. So option A is the correct option for question number 49. All right. The last question for objective is question number 50 here, and which is what we have already solved in one of the question. I think question number 8. Today we have solved. So they repeated the question, and if you look at it critically, you know that you have solved it before. And option B is the correct option for question number 50. So don't forget we are solving the Lagos State public secondary school second term examination past question. They have just concluded the exam, so we are reviewing the past question together and pick the correct option for both objective and the theory. So we have just ended the objective now. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, please click on the subscribe button right now. You can like, click on the notification button, and you can share the video. You can also comment on it. So quickly, let's move to the theoretical part of this video. Now, the theory, we have instruction, but don't forget, let's leave the instruction. We are going to do all the theory, so no problem about that. Number one is simplify this fraction. So we have 1 over 1 over 4 plus 7 over 9 divided by 1 over 4 over 4 minus 2 over 2 over 3 times 9 over 64. Of course, you change all this mixed number to improper fraction. So if you change 1 over 1 over 4 to that gives us 5 over 4 plus 7 over 9 over this one does not make any sense. But if they really meant it, it's going to give us 2. 4 over 4 give us 1. 1 plus 1 will give us 2. But so but I assume that there's an error here. But if it's not an error, then we can still work with it. So 4 times 1 will give us 4 plus 4 will give us 8. So 8 divided by 4 will give us 2. So we have 2 here minus 2 times 3 is 6 plus 2 that gives us 8 over 3. Then we have times 9 over 64. From there, what do? We can find the LCM of this numerator, everything here. 4 times the numerator LCM of 4 and 9 is 36. Then 4 in 36 will give us 9 times 5 will give us 45. 9 in 36 will give us 4 times 7 will give us 28 over, let's see, something can go here, 3 can go here, 3 1, 3 in 9 will give us 3. Then 8 can go here, 8 can go in 64, that gives us 8. So that means we have 3 over 8 left here. Then also in the denominator also we can find the LCM as well. That should be 8. So 1 in 8 will give us 8 times 2 will give us 16 minus 3 over 8. Here 45 plus 20 will give us 73 over 36. So this can be written as 73 over 36. This division can be written as this. Then 16 minus 3 give us 13 over 8. Then from there we have 73 over 36. Division can change to times. That will mean this one go up, this one come down. That will be 8 over 13. Then from there, what can go? 4 can go here too. 4 can go in 36, 9. Then from there, 2 times 73 will give us 146. 13 times 9 will give us 117, which can be written as 1 number 29 over 117. That is for question number 1A. Question number 1b is on number base. We have 1130 base 5 minus 241 base 5 equals to x base 10. We have to find the value of x. It's quite simple as well. You can convert all those numbers in base 5 to base 10 easily. So how do we convert this to base 10? You tag this number 0, 1, 2, 3, then you expand it. Also this one also you expand as well. So that will give us 1 times 5 raised to power 3 plus 1 times 5 raised to power 2 plus 3 times 5 raised to power 1 plus 0 times 5 raised to power 0 minus, you can open the brackets because whatsoever we get here will be affected by this minus. Pardon me. 2 times 5 raised to power 2 plus 4 times 5 raised to power 1 plus 1 times 5 raised to power 0 then equals to x, because that one is already in base 10. So if you simplify that further, 5 raised to power 3 is 125 times 1, 125. 5 raised to power 2 gives us 25 times 1, 25. 5 raised to power 1 is 5 times 3 is 15. Then 5 raised to power 0 is 1 times 0, 0. Minus open bracket, 5 raised to power 2 is 25 times 2, 50. Then 5 raised to power 1 is 5 times 4 is 20. 5 raised to power 1, 5 raised to power 0 is 1 times 1 is 1. Then if you simplify this, you have 165. If you divide the bracket, that means you have 71 equals to s. If you simplify this, that gives us s will be 94 base 10. That's for question number 1b. Question number 1c is on indices. 1 over 8 raised to power x equals to 32 x minus 1. Then this can be written as s raised to power minus 1 raised to power x. That is, this means inverse of 8. Also, do you know that this you can change to 8? You can find the index form of 8. That will be 2 raised to power 3. Then that 3 will multiply minus 1. That gives us minus 3. You can also find the index form of 32. That gives us 2 raised to power 5 as well. Then from there, this minus 3 will multiply this x here according to the law of indices. You'll be having 2 raised to power minus 3x equals to 5 will multiply this bracket. You have 5s minus 5. Then the base can take care of the base. You have minus 3s equals to 5s minus 5. Then from there, you take the like times. So minus 3s, 5s will come to this place. Minus 3s minus 5s will give us minus 8s equals to minus 5. 5 minus will take care of minus. You can divide both sides by 8. That gives us s to be 5 over 8. So that's solution for question number 1. Now question number 2 is, the first one is on solve formula, and 2b is on Venn diagram. So in 2a, you have to make r subject of the formula in the relation v equals to pi a square into h minus r over 3. So you may not understand what you have written here. That's why I've helped you to interpret and rewrite it very well. The way they type the question is not well typed. The question is not well typed rather. So this is the proper way of writing the equation. So we have to make this r here the subject of the formula. What can we do first? We can divide both sides by pi a square. So that means you have what v equals to, sorry, v over pi a square equals to r minus h over 3. What can we do next? We can multiply both sides by 3. We multiply both sides by 3. This 3 here will go. So that means you'll be having 3v over pi a square equals to r minus h. Then our aim is to make r sort of formula. You can take h to the other side. So that means you have r equals to 3v over pi a square plus h. So you can leave your answer like this, or you can simplify further by finding the LCM, which is pi a square, and that should give us a 3v plus pi h cube as our r. So that's the value. We have been able to make r solve the formula there. Then 2b, in the diagram below. The diagram below represents a inverse set E of integers and its subset P and Q. So the inverse set is this box, as you know that you can interpret the Venn diagram. So these two circles are two sets P and Q. List the element of the inverse set. That means all the elements in the inverse set, that's all the elements in the box. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 10. There's no 9. So that's the element in the inverse set here. then list the element of set Q. You want to know the element in Q and look at the circle of Q. That means you have 3, 4, 6, 7. Then list the element of P. You want to know the element of set P as well. Look at the circle for P. You have 2, 3, 7, 8, then 10. So that what is that. Then for the last one, list the element of P union Q. The element of P union Q. That means the combination of the element in set P and Q. So the everything here and everything here. So without repetition, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, then 10. And that's what we have as P union Q. Question number 3 now. We have indices, we have number base, and we have Venn diagram. So the first three is evaluate 8 raised to the power 3 over 4 minus 27 raised to the power 1 over 3. It is not well typed, but I've rewritten it properly. So you have 81 raised to the power 3 over 4 minus 27 raised to the power 1 over 3. This one means what is the fourth root of 81? That is 3. Then we're having 3 raised to the power 3 left. 81 raised to the power 3 over 4 means what is the fourth root of 81 cube. So the fourth root of 81 is 3. So then raised to the power 3. Then if you don't understand that, that's why I help you to simplify this way. You can find the index of 81, that will give us 3 raised to the power 4. Then raised to the power 3 over 4. 4 can take care of 4, that means you have 3 raised to the power 3 left. Then cube root of 27 is 3. So but if you don't understand that, that's what I've helped you to do here. So 3 raised to the power 3 is 27 minus 3 raised to the power 1 is 3. 27 minus 3 gives us 24. So that's the answer for question number 3A. Question number 3B, we are to find the value of x, not n, given that 1 over 110 base n is equal to 40 base 5. Find x. It's not x, it is n, because we have n as the variable here. So what can we do? You can convert both sides to base 10. Take both sides to base 10. So, and it's by expansion. You target 0, 1 to 0, 1 and expand it. You have 1 times n squared plus 1 times n raised to the power 1 plus 0 times n raised to the power 0 equals to 4 times 5 raised to the power 1 plus 0 times 5 raised to the power 0. N squared times 1 is n squared plus n plus 0 equals to 4 raised to the power 1. So 5 raised to the power 1 is 5 times 4 is 20. This one is 0. So that means you have, if you collect like times n squared plus n minus 20 equals to 0. And this is a quadratic equation which we are now to solve. And how do we do that? Equation of n squared is 1. Multiply minus 20, that gives us minus 20. Look for two numbers you can multiply together to give us minus 20. And when you add them together, you give us plus 1 here. So that is 5 plus 5 minus 4. Plus 5 minus 4. If you multiply it together, you give us minus 20. If you add it together, you give us plus 1. So that means you'll be having 5n minus 4n. And that will replace this n here. You have n squared plus 5n minus 4n minus 20 equal to 0. Factorize. N is common here into n into n plus 5. Minus 4 is common, so you have minus 4 into n plus 5 equals to 0. So n minus 4 and then n plus 5 equals to 0. In this case, our n will be equal to 4 or n equals to minus 5. So the base cannot be negative. So our base cannot be negative. N cannot be minus 5. So n can only be positive. So therefore our n will be 4. So 3C is in a class of 32, a student can either do government, history, or both. If 16 students do government, 18 students do history, and 3 students do none of the subjects, find how many students do both. So this question here contradict the statement here. See that in a class of 32 students, in a class of 32, a student can either do government, history, or both. So that means nobody is idle. But nevertheless, based on what is given to you, you can still work on it. So what do you do? Draw a Venn diagram. The answer is 32. So 16 students do government. So we have in government we have 16 elements. Then 18 students do history. We are in history we have 18 elements as well. 3 students do none of the subjects, so that should be outside the box. So outside the circle, but inside the box. They are the students that are idle. So people that do both of the subjects we don't know. So we can represent that with X. So how do we know people that studied or that do government only, which is people that are here? That will be 16 minus X. People that do history only will be 18 minus X as well. Then the addition of everything should give us 32. So that means you have 32 equals to 16 minus S plus X plus 18 minus S plus this 3. So 16 plus 18 plus 3 will give us 37. Minus S plus S is 0 minus X. That gives us minus X. So collect like time, you have 32 minus 37 equals to minus X. 32 minus 37 gives us minus 5 equals to minus S. So minus take care of minus S will be 5. So people that study both subjects are 5 in numbers. Question number 4. Question number 4. You have a 4a. You have to use logarithm table to evaluate 4.64 times 35.2 over 4.8. So you have to evaluate this using logarithm table, and that's what we are having here now. We have number, we have log. Put each of the number. We have 4.64. Then you find the characteristic of this number, that is 0. Then your logarithm table, you check 46 under 4, and that gives us 6665. Also, let's find logarithm of 35.2. What's characteristic of this number? That is 1. Then check 35 under 2 your logarithm table. That gives us 5465. In between these two, no, this numerator we're having times there, that change to plus. That means you add these two numbers together, and you add them together, that gives us 2.2130. Then let's go back to the denominator of 4.8. Find logarithm of this. Characteristic of this number is 0. Then check your 48 under 0. That gives us 6812. Then between the numerator and denominator there's a division, and that will change to minus. So you subtract this from this, and that gives us 1.5318. Then you can now find the antilog of this, and that should give us 0.3401. Then you add 1 to these characteristics here. So how do you find the antilog? Rather, you check 53 under 1 difference 8. To find the antilog, you check 53 under 1 difference 8. That should give us 0.3402. Then add 1 to this characteristic, that gives us 2. That means you move decimal point 2 times. 1, 2. That should give us 34.02. So if you just use a calculator to press this times this divided by this, it should give us 34.02. And that's how you can confirm what you have done, whether you are right or wrong. Let's go to question number 4b. You have to factorize each of these quadratic expression. Are we there? So how do we do that? It's quite simple. We may not do all of them, but we just do 1 or 2 because they have the same steps. So question number B room figure 1, just like the way you solve quadratic expression, we have m squared plus 4m minus 21. Look for two numbers you can multiply together to give us a minus 21, and then when you add them together give us plus 4, and that is 7 plus 7 and minus 3. Plus 7 times minus 3 will give us a minus 21, and when you add them together will give us a plus 4. Then that means you'll be having m squared plus 7m minus 3m minus 21. Factorize that, that'll give us m into m plus 7 minus 3 is common here, minus 3 into m plus 7. So that means you'll be having m minus 3 into m plus 7. And then we have been able to factorize that one as well. Then let's go to the next one. You have 2z squared minus 5z plus 3. So the 2 multiply this 3 first, so that gives us 6. Then you look for two numbers you can multiply together to give us 6, and when you add them together give us minus 5, and that should give us a minus 2 minus 3. Minus 2 minus 3 give minus 2 times minus 3 give us plus 6, and when you add them together give us minus 5. So that means this becomes 2z squared minus 2z minus 3z plus 3. We can now factorize. 2z is common, 2z into z minus 1. Minus 3 is common here, you have minus 3 into z minus 1. That means this will become 2z minus 3 into z minus 1. So that means you have been able to factorize this quadratic expression. The third one as well, you have 2g squared minus 5g plus 2. 2 multiply this plus 2 here. That means you have 4. That means look for two numbers you can multiply together to give you 4. And when you add them together, give us minus 5. And that will be minus 4 times minus 1. We have minus 4 minus 1. If you multiply them together, give us plus 4. And if you add them together, give us minus 5. That means this expression become 2g squared minus 4g minus g plus 2. Where this one and this one are the two numbers we have invented. So if you factorize this between this and this, 2g is common. 2g into g minus 2. Then between this and this, minus 1 is common. We have minus 1 into g minus 2. So therefore, you'll be having 2g minus 1, then g minus 2. So we have been able to factorize that as well. Then question number 4c. These are on modular arithmetic. The first one, you have to simplify, you have to solve this equation 2x plus 4 equals to 0 in mode 5. This can be done in different ways, but there's a way you can do it, and the way you can do is that you can list all the numbers in mode 5. Then you start putting it into this left hand side. Anyone that gives you 0, then that will be the value of x. So what are the number in mode 5? That is 0 to 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you start putting those numbers in this equation here. Anyone that gives you 0, that's the number. So the first one is 0. Let's put 0 here in place of x. That means you have 2 into 0 plus 4 equals to, what is 2 times 0 is 0 plus 4. That gives us 4. And 4 is in mode 5 already. And 4 is not equal to 0. So that means 0 is not the answer. The next number is 1. Put 1 here also. You have 2 into 1 plus 4. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 4 is 6. And 6 is more than mode 5. So you change this 6 to mode 5. How do we do that? You divide this 6 by 5. That gives us 1. Remainder 1. So you write that remainder. So you have 1 mode 5. So 6 is same thing as 1 mode 5. And 1 is not equal to this 0 here. So that means our answer is not this one also. Let's try the next one. The next number is 2. If you put 2 here, 2 times 2 plus 4, that gives us 8. Change this 8 to mode 5. That will give us 3. Then 3 is not equal to 0 as well. So that means the answer is not that one. Let's check the next one. The next one number is 3. So you have put 3 here. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 4, that gives us 10. Then change 10 to mode 5. That means 5 in 10 is 2, remainder 0. So that means write down the 0, mode 5. And 0 is equals to what? 0. So forget about what you're having here. This is not showing very well there. So 0 is equal to 0. So that means the number that we put in, the number in that we put here to give us this 0 is 3. So that means our s is 3 when you solve this equation. Then let's see the how we can solve this. This is very simple. 5 minus 6 will give us 11. No, sorry, it give us 9. You cannot change that 9 to mode 4. That means 4 will divide 9. That will be 1, remainder 5. Sorry, 4 will divide 9. That will be 2, remainder 1. So that means that you now write down 1 down. So that will be 1 mode 4. And that's what you are seeing here in this one. That's the answer. Then for this last one, you have 7 plus 4. That will be 11. So 11 is more than mode 5. Change to mode 5. So 5 in 11 is 2, remainder what? 1 as well. So that means 1 mode 5 is the answer to this as well. Question number 5. This is not question number 4, it's question number 5. A. Simplify the value of 2 pi square root of L over G, where pi is 22/7, L is 98, and G is 32. So this is the substitution. So you have 2 pi square root of L over G. Your pi is 22/7, so we put it that 2 is equal to 22/7. Square root of L is 98 over G is 32. So from there, what can we do? 2 times 2 is 44/7. Then 2 can go here, that's be 49. 2 can go here, 16. So what is square root of 49? That will be 7. Square root of 16 is 4. 7 can take care of 7. 4 can go in 44. That will give us 11. So answer for 5A is 11. Question number 5B. Make S the source of the formula in all these equation given to us in Roman figure 1 to 3. So the first one, we are having B Roman figure 1. You have S plus 5 over Y equals to 3. You have to make S subject of the formula. What can we do? We can cross multiply. That will give us S plus 5 equals to 3Y. Then take like times S will be equals to 3Y minus 5. So that means our S is 3Y minus 5. But in the next one, we have V is equals to 1 over 3 pi S square H. What can we do? We have to make S solve for the formula. You can multiply both sides by 3 to clear this fraction. So you have 3V equals to pi S square H. So what can we do? We can get rid of this pi H by dividing both sides by pi H. So if I divide both sides by pi H, I'll be having S squared left here equals to 3V over pi H. My aim is to find X, not S squared. So you find the square root of both sides. So S will be square root of 3V over pi H. So that's for the next one. Then the last one there, you have S squared minus A squared equals to B. So quadratic times you have S squared equals to B plus A squared. Then take square root of both sides. That gives us S is equal to square root of B plus A squared. So that's the that for making us a formula. Then question number 5C, you have to evaluate AS squared plus BS plus C divided by MS plus C, given that your A is 2, S is minus 3, B equals to minus 2, C is 4, and M is minus 1. So if you write this properly, you have it to be this. You have been given the value of all the variables here. So if you substitute them, you have this. Minus 3 squared is 9 times 2 is 18. Minus 2 times minus 3 give us 6 plus 4 over minus 1 times minus 3 give us 3 plus 4 give us 7. 18 plus 6 plus 4 give us 28 divided by 7 give us 4. So that is the end of the theory for mathematics second term examination for public Lagos State Public Secondary School examination that we just concluded. And if I believe you have been able to learn one or two things in this video as you solve the question, the objective, and the theory step by step. And please share the video with all the students that you have in your school in Lagos State. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button right now. You can like the video, share it, and as you do so, may the good Lord bless you. And we are going to see you in in the next video. We are going to be solving the SS2 second term examination also.